Sir Jim Ratcliffe is set to take a 25% stake in Manchester United Football Club for £1.3 billion.
That's ridiculous.
1.3 billion. First things first, Man United fans, get down in the comments and let us know if you're happy about this. Would you rather Sheikh Jassim take the lot? We will talk about him in this and what's gone on there, but we want to know what you think.
I'm going to say right now, as United fans, I think they're going to be happy with anything that's different or going to have a different input into one running the club, different money in the club. Yeah. But the question is, right, and I might lose a few people here. They've still bought people, so it's like, oh, now we can spend some money. They've still bought people.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I think the point that a lot of fans want is that it needs, well, from what our friends say on the season tickets, sometimes there's no water.
Oh, yeah.
It's the roof's leaking.
Yeah.
It is literally falling apart from the facilities all the way down to how the club is run.
Yeah, and that's where I think Jim Ratcliffe coming in and what he wants within his 25% is to have control of running the football club. So he'll have control of who's in charge, sporting directors, etc., day to day, probably down to the manager. But I don't think Erik ten Hag needs to be worried about that. I think he'd be silly to go anywhere.
If Scott McTominay didn't put those 2 headers in, I reckon he could have gone.
I think, but if he did go, I think then that's a problem.
Yeah, but
that's the issue, isn't it? Why? What are you changing for?
One of the commentators said it was very much like a bit of a Fergie moment, you know, like hitting where it's like the fans wanted him out, and they got a win out of nowhere. Yeah. It sort of felt like a Fergie moment. Now, okay, so Jim Ratcliffe, he's Team Ineos. A lot of people would have heard him from them. You've seen him on. He owns a cycling team. He's got so many ventures.
The boats, yachts, whatever it is. Racing yachts.
Oh, what's it called? It's the big boat race.
Yeah, massive, huge.
We're football
boats.
fans, news, Josh.
I know,
yeah. But he's essentially a huge investor in sport within the UK.
Yeah.
Now, is it an investment where he wants to just put his money in, or is it an investment where he wants to actually run the club? Like, how is this going to work? Because I've heard rumours today that he wants to make it a 90,000-seater stadium, wants to renovate the stadium, and what else is being said?
And this is the thing. Some of those things were what were in Sheikh Jassim's. He wanted to improve the infrastructure of the stadium and etc., and that's what the club needs.
But would it be better having one owner or having 3? Because the thing is...
This is the thing they've got now is, the glazers are going to vote on this. So there's 6 siblings that are going to vote on this. They're all part... I know, obviously, you see there's 2 really that go to the game. The names escape me. But there's 6 of them that will vote. And then that'll then be passed whether he comes in. Personally, I can't see them going anywhere other than wanting him in.
So you think they're going to?
Yeah, because it's investment. It's money, isn't it? It's money for them. That's how they see this club is a cash cow.
Yeah.
It brings money in for them every year. They've loaded it full of debt, so they're going to want more investment into that. What I think Jim Ratcliffe, or Sir Jim Ratcliffe, I should say, is going to look at doing is slowly but surely. I think he will want to take more control.
So 25%, 30%, and 40%. Because
but the mad thing is, though, his valuation values the club at like 6.4 billion.
So putting that into context, what's a normal club worth?
Well, I heard in the news that Reading Football Club is apparently subject to a £50 million bid at the minute.
I mean, that's just...
Which is mad. I know that's a big sliding scale. Like, you're going to be looking at... If you're looking at Premier League clubs, you're looking at Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, those types. They are going to be valued in the billions now, purely because United have done this.
Yeah.
Purely because... I know, obviously, the argument is United are a big brand, and I'm not getting into that argument. But,
you're just losing fans again.
But
we're sort of giving away that we don't support United.
I didn't say that.
Well,
you're right.
There's a lot of things that we've said in here. We're not going to tell you who we support, so you can guess down in the comments. But the thing is, right, this has been going on now for the last 12 months. And I actually sympathise with the United fans because it's like limbo land. They had this thing of, oh my God, we're going to get bought out. Finally a new start. A little bit, I guess, not quite down the Newcastle route because they've had a lot more recent success. Yeah. But the buyout of Newcastle, the fans were absolutely ecstatic that they finally were bought out. Seemed like a new start, and the wheels in motion have been, well, that train's on a very one that's going up right now, and one that actually probably is going faster than they thought.
Yep.
And I think United sort of saw it as, okay, well, that could be sort of what we see happening, but obviously United are a much bigger club than Newcastle and much more recent success.
Wow.
No, they are.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They won lots more. Like,
yes,
it's a fact. They've won a lot more.
Yeah.
But we're 12 months on practically this November. they're saying they're voting on it now. This could go on for another 12 months.
Well, and this is the issue, and this is where this whole thing's dragged out. The valuations, I think, have just got silly because the club itself, and reading this here, while the whole club is actually valued at about $3.2 billion. So that's £2.63 billion.
So where's this got bigger then?
So his value, his 25% has now pushed that valuation up. And this is what's mad about the whole thing. The Glazers are just like milking it for everything they've got. There's 6 of them. They basically got $1 billion each now if they sell that club. And I don't see where it then stops. Like, obviously, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is looking at this as a long-term...
Yeah, but how much... if you buy 25% of a company, how much say do you actually have? Because I would argue not a lot. When you've got 6 people there, so your 25% is just you. Let's say just you. Probably has other advisors with it.
Yeah.
But then you've got you versus 6 others.
Yeah. But I think this is part of his deal is you're only getting this investment from me if I get this. Yeah. Right, okay. Because, and I think that's going to be the positive side of this for United is that they've got someone coming in. Whilst it's not one person taking the lot in what they wanted initially, the fans wanted, and understandably, Sheikh Jassim coming in, it would be something like at Newcastle, like at City. That's what you want. That's sort of like the golden goose, isn't it, for football clubs at the minute?
100%.
And so basically what's happened is now he's completely pulled out. And the reason why he's pulled out is stated here. He said that the decision came after further recent discussions with the Glazers made clear their asking price thought to be $6.4 billion, and Sheikh Jassim pulled out due to what sources close to him described as a fanciful and outlandish valuation. He'd also pledged a further $1.7 billion to finance transfers, plans for a new stadium and training facilities, plus city and community regeneration projects, and separately to clear the near $1 billion club debt. So that would have been perfect for United.
It's clean slate.
But he's like, this is just ridiculous. So in essence, I think it's smart from him. Whilst yes, he wants to own a football club, evidently. You've got to pick your right club, haven't you? And that's evidently not the right club.
Well, I think clearly it's the right club because they're a great commercial cash cow, but
not for 6.4 billion.
No, not for 6.4 billion. And like I say, I think United fans will be upset, but it's a halfway house right now.
You've got to take the positives from it, in my opinion, because there will be good stuff that comes from it if you have someone in charge. But then it's going to come down on Sir Jim Ratcliffe to get the right people in those positions. Once they do that, then you've got your stepping stones then.
At Newcastle.
Like Newcastle.
So, guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Football Fans News. We could keep you up to date with absolutely everything that's going on in the football industry. You never know when we're going to release a video, so turn that bell on too.